Alright. 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 Now we should be live. Alright. As always, we always wait for around the first 5 minutes of stream, just that way people have a chance to get in. Let me double check that I have advertised. Alright. Alright. So yeah. For those of you who might just be joining us via the stream archives, which as always is linked in the description, we have unlocked Spagonia. Not Adabat just yet. But we have Spagonia. Spagonia. Shamar is the area that I was thinking of. And Empire City. So we shall continue on. We shall go through those stages. Get the Gaia Temples, is what they are called, to restore the Chaos Emeralds, and then we shall unlock Adabat, which is the penultimate area of the game. We will go through there, and then if I go on for long enough, we might even unlock Eggman Land today. That depends if I if I can actually, you know, beat it. Well, at the very least, we will have next stream, which should be the finale of Sonic Unleashed, at least for this run. And then I have some other game lined up for Halloween Day. Something nice and simple. It's not going to be something you necessarily have to catch in chronological order. But of course it is something that I will come back to and stream and make videos on every so often. Alright. Just a few more minutes and we will be on our way. Alright. Let me settle in. I believe y'all can hear me just fine from over here. Just double checking. I was sort of leaning into the mic. Yeah. Halloween's coming up. Unfortunately, I don't really have the expendable cash to get a new Halloween costume. I would much rather focus on, you know, things like food, rent, and things that will help me with media analysis, whether it be, you know, new things to analyze, or just something that gives me greater context for projects that I'm working on, or just something that I want to get. For instance, I have been researching the best way to watch Dragon Ball, just in general. Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Kai, very simple. You just get the Blu-rays. It's nice and easy. Kai the Final Chapters, unlike the rest of Dragon Ball Kai, is in 16:9 and has a weird sort of I think it leans more towards like a green tint. But, you know, ultimately, for a grand majority of the time, that's your best option when it comes to... Come on, there we go. To watching Dragon Ball Kai and Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super was obviously made in modern times, 2015 to, I want to say it ran until 2018? And it came out on Blu-ray as it was being made. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am finding sun medals. But then, of course, you have something. You got something or other. You have the original Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. No, not the original Dragon Ball Z. The original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, which best releases were in 2013. And gods, I wish that was a joke, but unfortunately it is not. It was the Japanese Dragon Boxes. Which, you know, aside from needing some color correcting, is the best way to watch the original series. Ziz. All in one place. But of course they've been out of print for, you know, a few years at this point. Luckily there are lovely archivists online that have them. I'm sure there are fan restorations that have color corrections for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, even with the original broadcast audio, which is very nice, and unfortunately I don't see Toei themselves using those fan recordings anytime soon, as much as it would be very nice. Of course, I don't want to say, like, oh, this will never happen, you gotta give up believing in that, because, you know, other more ridiculous scenarios have happened in the past. But when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, well, you have the orange, no, the orange bricks is not even something you should, like, humor for a second as being the definitive way to watch Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Z, there are the Dragon Boxes, which, like I said, came out in 2013, no, not 2013, 2003, or 2007. 2007? I don't remember off the top of my head. I believe it was, it started in 2007, for the, Western release. Oh, you jerks. Alright, cool. And then, of course, you have the Funimation level sets, which, you know, you can say what you will, but those sets were set out to die. Like, I don't like Funimation at the best of times. Like, their frankly deceptive marketing practices. Which I know as a voice actor I really shouldn't be bad-mouthing large studios that primarily focus on voice acting. But, you know, just... it's something that I feel strongly on as a fan of the series. Yeah, Skyscape Skyscraper Scamper is one of those stages where the swipe jump attack, XXA on Xbox and square cross on PlayStation, comes in very handy for crossing all of these gaps and whatnot. And of course, that tip that I mentioned all the way at the beginning of the first stream, or that I mentioned when we first played as the Werehog in that first stream, you can just hold the grab button, whether that be circle or B. That was not worth it. That was a terrible exchange, and ooh, that was a frame rate. You can just hold the grab button in midair and you will automatically grab onto the next grabbable object the first frame that you are able to. Alright. But, that was a good demonstration to show after you do a midair combo, you cannot grab onto items, which I guess is their way of balancing, so that way you couldn't get into too many areas that you're not supposed to as the Werehog. But still, it's kind of annoying. Alright. Now this is where the lack of drop shadow and the camera constantly changing camera angles that you cannot change gets to be a bit of a hassle. This was the level that I was talking about when I was first mentioning that being a real issue. Oh, but, Dragon Boxes. Like I said, those came out on DVD in 2003. They are old, out of print, and, the colors are a bit off. Just because of the degradation of the film masters that they had, the original 16mm film prints. So, then we have the level sets, which we don't know how far along they got. We know it at least went up to episode 39 of DBZ, which is the ending of the Saiyan Saga. You might look at levels 1.1 and 1.2 and go, oh, it only went up to episode 34, because that's how many are on the thing. Well, when the level sets were cancelled, some of the episodes, at least up to 39, has been reported online, were all level set quality. But unfortunately, those were eventually removed, and why is this one area a fixed camera, but the rest, I hate these dudes, but the rest of it is free cam. I'm going to die, and I'm going to be upset. Die, please. Give me the unleash meter. Cool, okay. Destroy one, destroy two, there we go. Alright, there we go. And just that way you don't get in the way, make sure you are dead. Alright. Well, that was fun. So, as far as thought I was dead there. That's another thing. Going quickly through this area can be a death sentence, because as you can tell from the spikes on the side, you cannot hold on to the side of these falling whatever those are called. Case in point. Come on. I need you to block. Alright, there we go. Alright, got one. Now we just need your buddy. Alright, that's better. I was kind of hoping that would, No, that wasn't the dude that I wanted to combo. There we go. Yeah. Oh, perfect. I kind of wish that I got the one with more health, but that's fine. Alright. So, Dragon Box is sent out to die. Didn't even get a physical release. We saw via, like, Amazon listings and whatnot that they planned for levels 2.1 and 2.2 to come out, which I would have to look at the Amazon listing again, but I believe covered most of the Namek saga. I don't know how far into Frieza it got, because I also don't remember each individual episode off the top of my head. I mean, to be fair, there's 291 episodes of Z. But yeah. So, the original Dragon Ball Z, best way we have, or best way we can watch it officially, is Dragon Box's 30th anniversary set. It's cropped, it's not great, still uses the optical audio that's sounded pretty bad since, you know, they threw away the master audio tapes. But of course I believe we have found the original broadcast audio for every single episode of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. I could be wrong about that. But of course, if you only watch the English or, you know, whatever other localized version you have instead of the original Japanese, all the more power to you. I just prefer listening to the Japanese version. And, you know, I started off with the dub, like most people. Although I started off with the Funimation in-house dub, not the Ocean dub or the Blue Water dubs. Because, you know, it's just what I had access to at the time. In fact, I believe I started off, like, actually watching the series with the Orange Brick version of Season 3. So right smack dab in the middle of the Namek saga. So that was a time. I am trying to collect the entire, every single, like, VHS Dragon Ball, thing. I have quite a few. I have the entirety of the Pioneer released Ocean dub, because those ones were released in simple to find, easy to collect box sets. So I have every single, sort of 3-episode VHS tape. The only thing I'm missing are the first 3 movies, Dead Zone, World's Strongest, and The Tree of Might. And that brings me to the Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT's movies, specials, and OVAs. So, for the movies, originally it was, stop me if you've heard this one before, the Dragon Boxes. But those ones, like all the Dragon Boxes outside of Dragon Ball Z, were exclusive to Japan. We only got the Dragon Ball Z portion of the Dragon Boxes here in the States and whatnot. Meanwhile, they got Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z, and the movies all in one set. Well, not all in one set. They were sold as different sets. Yes! Come on. Come on. You want to drop your guard. I thought he hit me and I died. Hey, let me grab you. Thank you. Alright. See you. I need to not spam the grab button because then I can instantly fail the combo. Or the glory kill or whatever. But up until 2019, the Dragon Boxes were the best way to watch the movies and specials of Dragon Ball. Up until 2019, where Toei did a remaster for streaming services, which of course is exclusive to like Japanese Amazon Prime, Japanese Netflix, which, you know, it is fair. I was kind of hoping that Funimation would actually, you know, release those in the States, but I'm giving them a bit too much credit, honestly. It's been, what, 3 to 4 years as of this stream, and it still hasn't been announced in any official capacity, so I'm not holding my breath on Funimation honestly ever doing anything with them. But in 2019, the movies and specials were all remastered. Of course, there is some color correction issues. I believe Anime AJ talked about it on Twitter. But honestly, still probably the best way to watch those movies. But you might be wondering, oh, you know, I don't have a VPN nor access to these accounts. How can I watch it? Well, there were Japanese Blu-rays for Dragon Ball Z movies released throughout 2019. Great. However, those 8 Blu-rays containing Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball movies don't... Ooh, that was close. You can very much get hit off the side of the building and just die. Which has happened to me way too many times, and it has happened to a lot of people who play this game. In fact, it can still happen because I believe there is another fight pretty much exactly like this one, a bit later on in this stage. So yeah, watch out for that. And of course, if I fell off the side here at any point before I get to that next... that next checkpoint... Why is there no drop shadow for Sonic? In the day stages, it's not a problem, but in the night stages, it very much is. No! Please don't start. You just backed yourself into a corner, buddy. Come on. There we go. That should be everybody in the room. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I kind of want to vary up the combos that I'm using, but those later combos you unlock are just so good. But there were 8 Blu-ray releases of Dragon Ball Z the movies, which is what the set is called. Each one of them featured 2 discs, or no, 2 movies, being Z movie 1 through 13. The 7th set, of course, featured Dragon Ball Path to Power, which is the 4th Dragon Ball movie, and then because I guess they didn't want to have there be 9 sets and then just one of them awkwardly having only 1 movie, even though they could have put, Dragon Ball GT Heroes Legacy, even though that's technically a TV special rather than oh, come on! A TV special rather than a movie. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Dragon Ball Z, the movies 8, is just original Dragon Ball movies. Sleeping Princess and Legend of Shenlong, otherwise known as Curse of the Blood Rubies, if you're watching the dub. Yeah, get out of here. You know what? I'm going to get myself that next level of combat. Wild Were Whip. I don't remember how you do that one. It's not in aerial attacks. Oh well. There we go. But then, like I said, the specials were not released on Blu-ray in Japan. However, they were released on Blu-ray in Germany, where I believe it is just known as Dragon Ball Z plus GT specials, which features the history of Trunks, Bardock, the father of Goku, and Dragon Ball GT, A Hero's Legacy. So, considering that none of them are currently available on American Amazon, and I just prefer to not deal with eBay when it comes to Blu-ray releases, just because I would rather have, something guaranteed new, and something with a replacement policy rather than just a refund, and just have fun trying to find another one of these. But that's just me. Of course, if I have to, I will. It's not like I don't trust eBay at all. It's just something that I would prefer to look elsewhere before I go there. Ooh, can I use... I always get curious if I can use this to grab the sun medal. I don't ever remember if I can. Alright. Get out of here. Alright. There are a few other things that, Yes, I can. Okay, cool. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's how you're supposed to do it, so I don't know why I was sitting there going, oh, I hope I can do this. There are a lot of other things that I use eBay for. I primarily buy things off of eBay. I don't really sell things. Of course, that might change in the future. Normally I don't like sharing what projects that I'm working on. And in fact, you know what? Thinking about it, I'm not gonna share this one, because I'd rather it be a surprise when it comes out, rather than, oh look at that thing that came out a year and a half after they mentioned it on stream. Because I feel like that's just kinda dumb and boring, and sets up people's expectations. Come on. This should be just enough. No. Okay. Get out of here. Ooh. Get out of here is what the Feral Nightmare said to me. Well, if anybody was hoping that this would be an S-rank run, yeah. Don't hold your breath, unfortunately. And as you can, unfortunately, as you can see over there, that big old brute is the other big mini boss that I was telling y'all about. Alright. Oh, and of course you're going to shout and get everybody's attention because you're so special. Why do you have super armor? Is it because I do such little damage? Because that makes sense, honestly. One little, like, pity mechanic that I appreciate in this game is, I believe if you die before you hit a checkpoint, and you spent a bunch of XP on something and you realize, oh, this isn't working out, I believe it saves, like, what your stats were when you hit the checkpoint. So you can, of course, retry. Or sort of spend the XP in a way that you didn't before and sort of try a different strategy, which I think is very clever. And I am entirely just doing that so that way I can get some more points. Because if I can avoid an E rank, I will. I will show y'all what getting an E rank looks like in this game, but it ain't pretty. And I will get the secret that, well, the lever that's in here, because it's required. But as you saw, there is a ledge that we can't access via normal means, and this is probably, once again, what they were, one of the reasons why you can't just, you know, do something like the YYA combo, or punch punch jump, triangle triangle cross combo, and then use your grab ability in midair to grab onto the ledge, because they want you to, you know, do this the way that they intended. They made this puzzle, and you will do it as the developers intended, dang it. I believe there should be a book or something, more like a concept art, somewhere around here. There it is. Oh, I see. What they want you to do is that. I'm sure I could have just... Oh, I meant to jump first. Well, dang it. There goes that. Why do I keep doing that? That's the move that I wanted to do. I don't know if it's any faster than just running normally, but it makes me feel cool. And at the end of the day, you play sort of these like spectacle brawler games to feel cool and powerful, so why not? Alright. Come on, no. 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 Because if you're flying through the air, and that, and you get hit by that, shockwave, as you are flying, it will pick you up and drag you across. It does not care. You do not have, invincibility frames. I love hitboxes. They are my favorite of the things. But yeah. The 30th anniversary set that Funimation and I believe in, like, you know, places like the UK and whatnot, and the EU in general, they got the manga UK version, which is just the same as the Funimation version, just in a different packaging. They got the 30th anniversary set of, are you kidding me, of DBZ. That's also not very good, unfortunately. So I also don't really like to count those. If you're just getting into DBZ, it's fine. It's fine. It's not going to ruin your perception of the series. It's just not as good as it should be, unfortunately. Oh, nice. A B. I didn't expect to get a B rank, but I'm not complaining. Alright. And I believe we cannot play Skyscraper Scamper Skyscraper Scamper Day until we beat Arid Sands Night, or at the very least talk to Professor Pickle again. Because I know at the very least I beat Arid Sands Day when I first came out, or during last stream. It's not worth it. I am going to need more sun medals. Come on. And once again, it only collects Dragon Ball Z, the series. It doesn't collect any of the movies or specials or Dragon Ball GT. One thing that I would love is either a Blu-ray or a 4K Blu-ray in-house remaster by Toei. Taking the time to correct the color of the original film masters. But of course, as time goes on, you know, those things degrade in quality more and more. So if they wanted to, they would probably have to do it soon. But of course, what I want as somebody outside of Japan, doesn't matter as much to Toei as it does what the audiences in Japan want. So hopefully folks in Japan also share the same sentiment and want Toei to do 4K remasters, or even just, you know, good Blu-ray remasters, because, you know, Dragon Ball Kai was essentially a remaster of Dragon Ball Z, but I don't think it was done in-house by Toei. Once again, I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. And even then, it is more of a recut.
Sonic, my boy, I've made another breakthrough. The manuscript suggests a temple lies in the Adabat area. Do you know the way? The world map should indicate its location. Very well, my friends. Let's place another Chaos Emerald in its temple. Ah, and one other thing. Sonic, you should be able to reach new areas within Shamar and Empire City. I realize you have much to do, but investigate the areas, will you?
Well then, do you have any further questions? Alright. Let's hand over.
Found any back alleys to save you time out in Windmill Isle by day? Most side paths will turn out to be shortcuts to the goal, my boy. Practically every stage will have multiple paths, so keep your eyes peeled. It's a moon medal. It seems many a door on your night route. It seems many a door on your night route through town are breakable. Perhaps some of them hide juicy secrets. Give them a good knock, eh? Pow! Of course, you might be walking in on a monster tea party, so be ready. It's an art book. Alright. As you may know, the Dark Gaia Phoenix flings feathers at its foes. These attacks cannot be blocked. Better to dodge them.
Alright. Last one. Well, not last one of the run, but last one that we have.
There are times at night when you climb up walls using the B button, yes? Circle on PlayStation. Well, if you hit A again while shimmying up, or cross on PlayStation, you can climb walls faster.
I believe the more you do exorcisms, the more, or Professor Pickle eventually gives you an upgrade to your camera, so you can hold 4 flashes instead of 2. Ah, yes. That's nice. Ah, while in the runaway.
Zhonghua.
It's been like a month now, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it during a different stream. That moon medal that the professor gave us was very lucky. I wouldn't have been able to get into Aaron Sands Act 1 had he not given me that moon medal. But I did play through the entirety of Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. Wonderful name, by the way. um, one of my favorite enemies, and by that I mean die. Alright, come here. There you go. Once again, I am glad they only take one button prompt to take out. Alright, come here. No, give me... Thank you. I should... No! Give me the little one. Give me... Oh great, now I only have one to throw at them. Oh no, the other one's still alive. I'm going to destroy you. Hell out of here. And of course, I don't think you can, Oh no, you can. Neat. Well, now I know. Alright, now I can kill these dudes without any problem. Yeah, one thing I will say is, regardless of your strength, if you throw an enemy at another enemy, it will do a lot of damage. So in these later stages, if I remember correctly, I will be picking up a lot of those smaller guys and throwing them at especially the fire mages, because otherwise I would have to run and grab a barrel or find a way to dunk them in water. Because they are not fun to fight. Especially when they spawn out of nowhere. Excuse me. You're joking, okay. But yeah, long story short, I wish at some point Toei would do a remaster of the entirety of Dragon Ball. Of course, I understand, you know, that doesn't appeal to everybody. And of course, they would have to make sure that the demand is there for its original Japanese market first. But then, with something like that, that would open up the door for... Can I get both of them? No, I can't. Then that would open up the door for worldwide, like, actually accessible HD Dragon Ball content that's not just Super. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Alright. What? No. I swear, if you threw that at the other dude... Hit Fire Mage. Thank you. You can still get hit by the fire effect while it's alive. Stop hitting it! Or I should say as it's dying. Obviously you can get hit by the fire effect if it is alive. Alright. As before, I'm going to take this barrel. I can't tell if that's a texture issue or a lighting issue. I'm going to say it's a lighting issue. And I believe if you leave the fire mages to their own devices for long enough, they can set themselves back on fire. which is very much something that I want to avoid. Well, not exactly what I wanted to do, but just give me your XP. Come on. I want out of the corner. Don't make me do it. There's a reason why I don't use those things very often. But something that I was debating whether or not I wanted to make a full-fledged video on, because... Thanks. Because we don't really know much about each individual project, is I was thinking of making a video on canceled Dragon Ball games. Which we don't really know that much about. There were some that were talked about in like 2002, 2003 that all either got canceled, like, this one comes a bit later, but Dragon Ball Transformation, or Dragon Ball GT Transformation was supposed to have a sequel. It was either supposed to be slated for the DS, or was still going to be on the GBA. Once again, we don't really know that much about it, but it was supposedly in development. All we got was sort of a leak saying, oh, GT Transformation 2, the sequel to the hit Game Boy Advance game Dragon Ball GT Transformation is in development. There are, I was about to say, there are 3 of them in front of you. How did you miss all of them? Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I was about to say, is there really no water around here? There was a announced PlayStation 2, GameCube, an announced PlayStation 2 game known as Dragon Ball Z Saiyan Smash, done by Webfoot Technologies, the same people who did the Legacy of Goku series. There was an unknown GameCube exclusive Dragon Ball Z sort of action-adventure RPG, which looked to be a 3D sort of interpretation of the Legacy of Goku, or at the very least the first Legacy of Goku game. And apparently it was supposed to have like connectivity with the Legacy of Goku games and, you know, make those better somehow. First Legacy of Goku really needed a lot to, really needed all it could to help it, you know, be a better game, but, you know, unfortunately that game 2 was either canceled or absorbed into Dragon Ball Z Sagas. And then they also announced a Dragon Ball Z game for Xbox, the original Xbox. They said, "Oh, we're interested in making a Dragon Ball Z game for the original Xbox," which I'll give you 3 guesses as to what it turned out to be. And those of you who know anything about the Dragon Ball Z games that came out on the original Xbox, there was only one, and it was Dragon Ball Z Sagas. Come on. There we go. Now I can stop myself from burning. DBZ Sagas itself could have been really interesting. Unfortunately, it's just kind of mediocre. With a few moments that make it, like, really, really bad, and fun to laugh at with some good friends. But, you know, as somebody who has 100%ed it multiple times, it is not really a game that I would recommend to 99% of people. Alright, cool. Finally got another. Oh, cool. Thank you for not grabbing. Oh, I don't think those dudes can be grabbed, can they? No! Oh, they can. Use I pressed the wrong button. You know when you want to punch and instead you swipe? Yeah. That's how I feel about, that situation. Alright. There we go. Now that goes down. I remember dying so many times in this one checkpoint area alone. Alright. Get out of the water. I do not trust it to, not do what happened before and just kind of, you know, sort of just go, oh, that's funny. You didn't actually want to do that, right? Alright. This is interesting. I never went in that corner before, so I didn't know these infinitely spawning boxes were here. Alright. Chat members of the chat. There is an optional area. I am very tempted to go for it. But I can completely skip over it because all it is a few collectibles and like 3 or 4 waves of enemies. I think I will go for it this run, but if I lose, I'm not going to come back to it. Because as you can see, our main objective is just grabbing these sort of glowy rocks. Which I know for a Sonic game is very descriptive. Alright. This area is so annoying because those buzzer enemies just throw themselves at you. And if you get stuck in a wall or something, hopefully that was... Okay, cool. I was about to say, hopefully that's close enough. They can hit you multiple times, and you just die at level 1 health. Alright, so we have to be very mobile. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's one down, Cool. No. We aren't doing this today. No. Alright. Excuse me. That was not what should have happened. Got him. Alright. Whew. But as you can see, that area gets very scary when you're at level 1 health. So, what I am going to do is I am going to, with full health and unleash meter, go to that area that I was talking about. Because I believe the last one is there. It's just, you know, a bit further ahead. You can see some items. No, okay. So this is a mandatory section. I could have sworn that this was just an item that you, or an item, an area that you go to if you just wanted to grab some extra items. I was about to say, I'm not committing to that because if I get hit by any of those dudes, I will be very sad, and I probably should have saved that for when I got hit next. Alright. Yes! Okay, cool. No. Wasn't high enough. Alright. Okay. And that is why are there 3 of them? Why couldn't it have just been 2? Okay. No! I thought I hit you! Oh. This dude was just barely out of range. No! Oh, I have to play so defensively. Come on, die. Why? Why? No, get out of there. So yeah, I'm not doing that again. I'm sure you can tell why. If you can't, I'm sorry. I'm not going to explain it. There's just too many. And some of y'all might be wondering, well, why don't you just, increase your health, your strength, other things that would make this easier. And to them I say, yeah, that would be a lot easier, but I don't want to do that. At this point, we've come too far. Also, I am a fool. A darn fool. This is where the last of the keys to the area is. As you saw when we went through it last time, there wasn't a key to unlock the main route. As I was just sitting there going, is there a key here? I thought, this was just a place for items. It is. And as you can see, I still have all those items. So, as somebody who is working with all of their stats except for one at level 1, I'm good with just... Where's the key? Y'all? Wait, where's the key? I can't progress without the keys. Wait! Wait! No! No! You're joking. I have to restart the entire area. I have to restart the entire level. That is the first time that I have ever seen those despawn. Or, not go back to their proper spawn points, I guess. Well, dang it, dude. I was kind of hoping to get Glory Kill? Glory Kill. Glory Krill. No, that would imply the original word is glory kill, which is not the case, funnily enough. You're joking! Come on, Chip! That one couldn't be one where I could walk around while you were talking? Oh, good. All of the items that I had collected from earlier in the stage are still collected. So restarting honestly isn't too bad, and it gives me a chance to get an S rank. So, you know what? Aside from all that time I just wasted, maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Aw, I thought that killed them. That would have been funny, though. I know that I normally use y'all to kill the mages, but now let's use the mage to kill you. However, I believe all of the XP that I gained from the stage did reset. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Here we go. This is what makes the charge moves even better. So we have one for the punch command, but our next level up will be the same one for the swipe command. I really shouldn't be just destroying all of these. Excuse me? But the more you charge this up, the more damage you do with it. Until it gets essentially to its level 2 variation, which the Missile Punch turns into the Comet Punch, and the Whirlwind, I believe it was. What is it getting caught on? Becomes something else. I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's real good. And I believe... Let me combo you. Thank you. Not combo, glory kill. You know what I'm trying to say, hopefully. Alright, cool. But even at strength level 1, it does some pretty good damage. Hopefully you can see why I go for this. And I'm sure as your strength increases, you just kind of evaporate enemies. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I really like playing as the fully powered up Werehog in this game. Oh, you just disintegrate enemies. It is so satisfying. Anyway, a series that I really enjoy that does have a really nice Blu-ray release. Like, the first few seasons had a bit of shaky camera work, or the transfer was kind of shaky when it came to specifically, like, panning shots. But that... Oh, excuse me. That got corrected over the release of the different seasons. And now all of it is available in 1080p HD. Available, ready to be watched at any time. And that series is Inuyasha. Which is a series that I grew up just catching random episodes on Toonami. I thought the characters were cool. Didn't really put much more thought into it than that. And then rewatching it, I really enjoy this series. Like, I have all of it on Blu-ray, all of the movies. I believe those are in 1080i, simply because it was the first sort of Inuyasha content that was put out on Blu-ray. But overall, it still looks good. The content itself is enjoyable, not just the, 1080p transfer. But I think the major difference is that the distribution company for that is Viz Entertainment, who also handle the rights to distributing Dragon Ball's manga, which I have on my Amazon wishlist. Essentially 1 in 13 and 1 in 26 sort of like individual volumes, box set collection. There's one for the original Dragon Ball and one for Dragon Ball Z. I very much enjoy those releases. You know, there's the odd, occasional, like, censored panel, or sometimes the quality of the paper isn't the greatest. Like, that's the reason why I don't have the Viz Bigs, which I know, you know, would save would save a bit more space on my shelf. But the quality of the paper, because I felt the difference in, like, bookstores and whatnot. You know, I would much prefer to have the individual volumes rather than go through the hassle of collecting all the Vizbigs. Dragon Ball Full Color, I know was finished in Japan, but oh, what am I doing? I want the other one, not the punch, the swipe. There we go. I know it was finished in Japan, but here in, like, the States and the UK and other territories, it was not finished. I believe it went up to the Frieza Saga, and then it just was never finished. Meanwhile, you know, if you live in Japan, or similar territories, I believe it also came out. I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh yes, I know every single Dragon Ball manga release. You know, this came out in 1997 after, you know, the anime wrapped up, and or after Dragon Ball GT wrapped up, and it's just like, oh, you enjoyed this release, well, enjoy this one as well. Very much not the case. I don't know nearly as much about all of the different manga releases. As I do the various different anime releases. Part of that is because manga is a much bigger source of entertainment in Japan than it is in the West. Than it is in the West. I got scared for a second because I didn't see the cursor lock on, so I was just like, oh no. Am I going to have to restart my Xbox? Like, why isn't this thing showing up? Okay, cool. They're all here. The gang's all here. But, you know, just generally, there have been more releases in the West, at least, of the anime than there have been of the manga. There were the original sort of 13 and 26 volumes, respectively, for DBZ. Obviously, it ran in Weekly Shonen Jump in Japan. And I believe we did get, like, localized versions of Shonen Jump. I don't know if those are still running. I have one of them on my shelf, but it doesn't actually have any DBZ in it. I believe it has mainly, like, Bleach, Bobobo, you're joking, Bobobo, and, like, Naruto and whatnot. Get out of here, pesky bee. Get in here. Oh, you're joking. Collect these, break those. I don't care. Die. But like I said, I am not going for those items because I already have them. Don't need to worry about those items ever again. Yes. Okay, cool. Those we will never have to deal with again. And I have a feeling the reason why they placed the infinitely spawning boxes is just in case you ran out of the water jugs, you could still hit the, no. The, fire wizards, I almost called them Withrobes from, Legend of Zelda, hit the, fire mages without constantly having to, deal damage to yourself. I forgot there was another one of you. Get out, get out. Oh, that was so close. But the manga releases I know of are the individual volumes and then the accompanying complete collection box set. The margins, I believe, go a bit more to the left than other releases do. The actual print quality is very nice. The paper that they used was pretty good. I believe that that release, any like color any color panels that the original had were just printed in black and white, so some scenes can look kind of iffy if you don't know what you're looking at. But nothing that just, like, destroys the intention of the original. And that is all I will say on that front. But ultimately, I would say no matter what edition or, like, version of the manga you pick up, I would say that they do a pretty good job in sort of giving you the Dragon Ball manga experience. Yeah, try and buff the attack of an enemy that doesn't attack. Very nice. Well, I know it attacks, but what I was trying to say is a creature that will never get to attack. That's why I saved this Dark Magician Mage for last. Dark Magician Mage. That didn't make any sense. What are you? Oh, you're the other one. I always forget they spawn too. Oh, you jerk. Oh, is the... I keep wanting to call it Dark Magician. I think it was buffing this dude right here, which... Thank you for reminding me of your existence. Please, drop it. Come on. Can you not drop those? Yeah, you can't drop those. You have to throw them. That is so dumb. Land in the water. Because, like, you can grab other items, and then you can just press B to set them down. I guess because technically this is classified as an enemy, they didn't know whether to set the B prompt. Okay, cool. They didn't know whether to set the grab prompt to be an attack or just set down. So I guess when you're looking at it that way, it makes sense. But at the same time, it just makes me sad. Oh, did I really just come in here and destroy the last water barrel that I need? Well, it's a good thing we have this healer mage here. Yeah, there we go. Try and heal your friend now. It's like those people in competitive team-based shooters where it's just like, I'm playing support. I never said I would actually heal you. Alright, I believe... yeah. Now what sucks is... yeah, I just lost my chance to grab all of those. Why does the werehog not have a drop shadow? Oops. Nope. Come on. Alright. The Dragon Ball Super manga, just in general, I never really followed. You know, I never really followed. Nothing against Toyotaro. Oh, you cannot bring that through the water. Fascinating. And by that I mean obnoxious. Now you have to push it around here. Hey, Sly! Sly Cooper games. Very good. They should come to PC. I believe I saw there was a Sly 1 decompilation in progress on GitHub. I hope that goes well. And at some point we get the rest of the series. Because I would love to play them on PC. Alright, there we go. Ooh. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Oh, you're joking, right? Hey! Healer! How about... oh. The healer is just going wild. It will not give me a chance to hit. Why won't these enemies stay still and let me hit them? You're kidding. What did I parry the fireball? Okay, cool. There we go. Alright, I should have defense. Yeah, that was a defense. That's a good thing that wasn't the one. I love when the items get knocked out of my hand because the physics engine. What? You're saying that friggin' staff. No! No! Oh! Oh, man. Alright. Alright, come on, come on. No! No! That was so close. There we go. Stop jumping! Well. Let me guess. Oh, no. Yeah, you took out the mage for me. Thank you so much. Alright. Now, I can have another one to fight, because this is what I wanted. I am in danger. I cannot see what he's doing. There we go. And because the Comet Punch does so much more damage, you know what? I'm just gonna let you charge up another attack. That is not the stomp. Thank you. Does so much more damage than my regular attacks. It does just enough damage to actually stagger. No, no, no! Oh! Okay. I meant to go unleash mode. There we go. Alright. Nope, nope, nope. Not the combo I wanted. Ooh! No? Not gonna let me grab you? Come on. You are right there. Let me grab you. Thank you. Alright. I believe in the PS3 version, you could actually go out of bounds into this area. Because this stage, for as long as it was originally intended to be longer. Oh, nice, an S rank. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Pretty good. That's the best rank you can get in the game. Alright. But now we should unlock the Were Cyclone, that's what it is. And honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably stop focusing so much on, the Werehog. Because I got pretty much all the moves that I really like to use. But now I'm just kind of taking out dudes because I can. Ah, that's where the other sun medal is. There we go. That's a fun little trick that doesn't actually help you in any way. Alright, the Dark Guardian. This was the boss fight that I was talking about that is better in the Wii and PS2 versions because it is an actual fight against the Dark Guardian. I might have spoiled it before in a previous stream, but this, you just take these boxes, these box things, as Sonic so helpfully pointed out, and you push them to the other side of the arena. And as Chip pointed out, you can push them to the other side of the arena. What does it do? It does the boss fight for you.
Something broke. Oh, but it looks
This one, it's primarily making sure that you here we go. So that is one of the QTEs in this boss fight. You don't really see the QTEs that much because you're mainly just pushing boxes.
looks like those annoying nightmares.
And also the nightmares that you take out, that the Dark Guardian spawns, don't actually give you any XP, they don't give you any health, or not health, they don't give you any points. They're just there, nice, to get in the way, and make it harder for you to push the boxes back. But yeah, as there are no boxes in the Wii version. You just go around punching the Dark Guardian a bunch. Which, I don't know if that was on Dimps' end, if, you know, originally they made the boss fight like it is in the Dimps version. But then decided, you know what, this is a bit too generic, let's break up the monotony by having you do this really not very interesting block pushing. I can't even call it a puzzle, it's just kind of busy work. And unlike every other... Get out of here. Yeah, you can punch the Dark Guardian itself. It will immobilize it, so it stops shooting lightning at you. But one thing that it doesn't, or one thing that doesn't happen is any progress. You really do just kind of have to push these boxes and wait for the end of the fight.
Almost there, Sonic.
And look at that.
I know little girls who are better
We did it.
than
We
you.
beat the incredibly cool and fun and awesome boss fight. I'm glad that I got everything, because honestly, whenever I replay this game, because like I say, I replay Sonic games and I play through the boss fights because I enjoy them. This is probably the Dark Gaia boss fight that I play the least. And since it is a cutscene, I will remind y'all to stay hydrated. But yes, funnily enough, there isn't actually a Gaia temple in Empire City. It is just Shamar and Adabat, which is probably probably why the Wii version just doesn't have any. Or it just doesn't have Empire City to begin with. I don't remember if in, like, the final cutscenes where they're showing Dark Gaia's influence over the world. Oh.
Sonic.
I just completely skipped over his dialogue. Oops. Essentially, he was just telling us to visit Adabat and Empire City. So, we will do Skyscraper Scamper Day. Because we can now. And hopefully, we are able to get enough. Ooh, let's check for our good pal Wentos. Because I realize I haven't been doing that. Yeah, there isn't a boss fight, there isn't a Gaia Gate. I'm pretty sure in the Wii and PS2 version, I think they still show up in the pre-rendered final cutscenes, because the Wii version just uses pre-rendered versions of the in-engine cutscenes for the HD version, which, you know, I understand. I really do. But at the same time, I really would have liked to see the in-engine cutscenes in the modified engine of whatever engine was used to make the Wii version. Yeah, it wouldn't have looked as nice, but I think it would have been really cool. I was trying to stop, and instead of holding back, I just kind of held forward. There we go. There. Oh, this doesn't have... Well, it has the chai. Huh? Why'd you grab this? What is it? I'll pass. Where is this other moon medal? Because I need all the moon medals I can get, because Adabat requires you to be level 7 before you can progress. Of course, we can do some of the alternate stages in the various hubs that we have found. But if I can just stick on the main path for as long as I can, in the interest of, you know, time, I will. Alright.
Here we go.
No? Okay. Also, this stage, very fun to run around in. Has a lot of bottomless pits, which, you know, you kind of have to be ready for. But when you know what you're doing, you can just zoom. Which I can't promise that I know what I'm doing, but I can at least pretend. The game called me out on pretending like I knew pretending that I knew what I was doing. That time I just straight up pressed the wrong button. Alright. There. Ah! Alright. No! Ah! Alright. One more time. I got this. There we go. I did the timing for if I waited on the first attempt. Let me just... There we go. I did the timing for if I had waited on the first attempt, the timing for if I hadn't waited on the second attempt, and then the third attempt I pretended what I knew I was doing even harder, and then the game just kind of went, yeah, okay, fine, I guess. But also, Final Chase, this is not, you do not magnetize to these sort of cylindrical pieces. I guess I've never really questioned what they are. And this is why I don't like the air boost being on the same button as the homing attack. Very excited to play Sonic Frontiers, which has the boost button on the right trigger. Right. There we go. Let me just boost into those normally instead of air boosting and dying. There we go. Alright. I can tell this is already going to be an S rank of a run. At the very least, we're getting a lot of the moon medals we'll need. Alright. And now... Huh. You go through this dude again in this version. I think I mentioned Jungle Joyride, which is in Adabat, as the other place that you fight this dude in this version. Which I believe is still true. But I completely forgot that you also fought him in, fought it. It's a robot. You don't need to needlessly gender a robot. I forgot you also fought it in Empire City. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. And then come down here. I believe I could have jumped up there and gotten stuff, but I would rather not risk it. Alright. Almost pressed the wrong button again. Or I did press the wrong button, but I had enough time to correct. That's so much fun to do. Nice! I got all 7. And I didn't get a single moon medal. Alright. An A rank. Wow, I did not expect to do that well on that stage. But you know what? I'm not complaining. It goes to show you, even if you die, like, 5 to 6 times, the game, I'm sure I didn't die that many times, but it goes to show you that the game is willing to overlook a few deaths if you still perform overall well. Alright. How many more sun medals do I need? 10 more. Alright. Yeah, we might have to go play some new play some new stages. Yeah. Alright. Well, in the meantime, let's get those. Side quests typically have 1 to 2, like sun and or moon medals. I don't think it's really enough to take the time to play them, if that makes sense. You know, I'd rather go into a stage where I can get, you know, up to 5 to 10 medals per run rather than having a chance to grab one in a stage. Whew. That was some... Huh. You only need 5 for the last nighttime stage? Then why do you need 7 for the daytime stage? Probably because when you're running through... when you are running through nighttime stages, you have a chance to collect a lot more Sun and Moon medals. Alright. So, if I properly explore, we will not have to do any more stages than is necessary to beat the game. Come here. Yeah. Those dudes are easy to beat, regardless. I just wanted to show you. If you use the little dudes that keep spawning in this area, you can just one-shot them. These flowers, unlike the bees and the mages, are not particularly difficult. They can just be a bit annoying if they keep catching you off guard. Like if they are off screen and you don't notice them. But even then, unless you are over a bottomless pit and they knock you in, those dudes don't even do that much damage. So I don't really find them to be a super big nuisance. If that at all makes sense. Obviously, you don't want to forget that they're there because, you know, eventually those pot shots will start adding up. What I'm saying is, if you have to choose between these annoying as hell bees and taking out the flower dudes, I would say focus on these dudes first. Yeah, you cannot perform glory kills on enemies when they are in the middle of an attack, which is very annoying. That's what mainly tripped me up during that Arid Sands Night run, because I was constantly trying to grab the enemy, and it just would not allow me to. Because they just kept doing attacks. But yeah. Flower dudes go down super easy. Also, one thing that I like about the Comet Punch is it breaks enemies' guards, as you saw there. As well as the Wear Cyclone, I believe, is the fully upgraded version of the Wear Hurricane. This stage can be very tricky, because, like, you graze the surface of the water, and it counts as a death. But the fully charged swipe attack actually knocks enemies back, which is so nice. Like, it's really effective for crowd control. For example, you know, you just kind of have to take the time to charge it up first. Alright. But yes, all around Adabat's nighttime stage is are breakable walls, just like the rest of the game. But these ones, I feel like they put a lot more in here than they have in other stages, because there aren't a lot of, like, hidden alcoves they could put. Also, that is a time section. Be careful, because you will die if you get caught as they're going underneath the water. I knocked one of the little dudes down here, didn't I? Yep, okay. Dude went back to sleep. Okay. Come here. Come here. Gotcha! I have too much fun with the charged up versions of moves. Alright. Yes! That last, like, really big... Oh, please, please, please. Okay, good. No. There we go. I just wanted to get the glory kills off on these dudes. Not because I was particularly worried about them, but just because I want the extra score. That was some poppin'. Of course, this game came out in 2008, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly. I just like to point it out and go, ha, that's a bit silly. There we go. Yeah, what I believe it's the yeah, it's the ones that start shaking that fall out from underneath you. But the stage is a bit darker than most of the others, so you can't really see it. And I knew that moon metal was there. Please get off of the torch. Thank you. Yeah. They do a lot more. First off, the stage's lighting is beautiful. Like that sort of dusk, I think it is. Sort of purple lighting to the stage. One, it makes sense thematically because we're getting near the end of the game. And so, you know, a lot of dark Gaia creatures. Dark Gaia is typically symbolized by purple. But it just makes for really pretty environments. There we go. Would it have been better if I had used Unleash mode first? Yeah. Come on. Ah! Alright. There we go. I'm sorry if I'm really relying on the charged up moves as time has gone on. But I really find it effective in dealing with a lot of these. Oh, I didn't even realize you were still alive. I really find it effective since they guard break, cover a wider area, and have lingering hitboxes. I find it a lot more effective than some of the earlier moves, which we have seen a lot of. Please. Sega, I know you're not actively working on this game anymore, but drop shadows, please. I almost instinctively pressed the buttons. Is there anything? No. Okay. I almost instinctively pressed the button combo for swipe, swipe, jump again, but luckily I didn't. Here, I feel no shame in doing that combo, just to make sure that I was on there. Hey. There. There. Ah. You joik. Alright. I do need to make sure to... Ooh! I almost... Oops. I almost ran into the water. There we go. Ah. I could have used those dudes to kill the big guys a lot faster, but oh well. There we go. Whew. Just a little bit more off the top. Just a little bit more off the top. just making sure. And unfortunately, you cannot throw those. Let me remove. There we go. Unfortunately, you cannot throw those, whatchamacallits, mysterious stones. Do they have an actual, like, official name? Like, for all I know, they could be, like, light Gaia stones or whatever. But you cannot throw those, you can simply pick them up and put them down. So they are not like boxes, you cannot use them to attack enemies, as much as I think that would be funny. Alright. Now, I believe it does spawn other enemies? Yeah. Aw. Dang it. Alright. Whew. Well, that was free damage, but I don't know why I didn't actually, yeah, stagger the dude. Also, you know when, your... Oh, nice. You know when you're, sort of... Ooh, okay. Good to know. Charge moves are level 2. When you hear that it's kind of like a Mega Man or Mega Man X charge move. You kind of have to listen for that second stage. Alright. Y, B, B. B. But as you saw, that is not the end of the stage. We actually have to do all the platforming bits around it. Alright. Now, as you can see, we have a puzzle afoot. Alright. That seemed to be correct. What it did, who knows? That seemed to be correct. But what did it do? Okay, I'll stop. So you go around. Oh, nice, all 10 sun medals. You go around, and you have to push them in order of, I guess, stages of life. As you saw, it started out as a little... Hello? Hey, S rank, nice. As you saw, it started out as a little bud, then, you know, started growing? Started sort of, developing into the rose that it ended up as. And with that, we have just enough of the sun and moon medals to get into the last daytime stage. And then this will be... It looks like we can't get in here yet. Let's try somewhere else. To get into the final stages, I think what I will do is I will fight the boss, talk to Professor Pickle, and then leave what happens next for the final stream. It looks like we can't get in here yet. I have to talk to Professor Pickle now, but I will talk to him extra hard. Nice find. We'll be taking this. Thank you. Yeah, so I have to talk to Professor Pickle, and then we can finish off. I almost said Sonic World Adventure. This is Sonic Unleashed. I mean, either way. Might disappear, bad service, but hopefully it will stay up. Hope it's been fun playing so far. Yes, it has been. We are just about to, thank you. We are just about to get into the last main daytime stage, and then the last main daytime boss, before we get to the final area, which will be saved for next time.
Your new powers should allow you to access a new area in Adabat. It's not much further now, Sonic, my boy. Head to Adabat and place a Chaos Emerald in that temple. Well then, do you have any further questions?
Alright, let's hand him a few more souvenirs.
At last count, there were a grand total of 100 missions in all. Everyone's got their own fair share of worries and concerns, eh, my boy? I trust you'll help them work through it all? Yes, of course you will. Yes, let me see. The total number of medals to be found are 200 sun medals and 200 moon medals. If memory serves, of course. Collecting all those will open a lot of doors, my boy. Literally. Alright, it's a sun medal.
Speaking of sun and moon medals. But yeah, thank you for popping in. I hope you are enjoying the stream so far. I didn't want to talk to Yasmin and Samia. Okay, sure. I guess I'm doing a side quest before we do the main mission.
Here we go!
Come on. Oh, nice. Well, like I said, there aren't any... Yeah, I've been listening to it while doing a bit of shopping. Oh, groovy. I hope you didn't see those missiles fly into my face. Like I said, there are no ranks for missions. It's mainly just the occasional sun or moon medal. But I digress. Let us head to Adabat. Is Wentos here? I feel like we haven't seen Wentos in a while. Oh. I'll just have to find another game to use my my impeccable Italian accent. I didn't, but I can always go back. Oh no. Well, hey, don't worry. I'll have plenty of screw-ups trying to beat this stage.
Here we go!
Case in point. Alright. As always, I might go a bit silent during the daytime stages, because I'm trying my best. Ah. This is certainly not going to be an S rank run. I am not going to sit here for another 2.5 hours just trying to get the S rank on this stage, as I've done before, but that has unfortunately been lost to time because I had to reset my entire save file for this playthrough. Also, that is very cruel, making you have to jump for that boost ring. Because if you do not make it, there was nowhere else you would go except for the pit. Also, playing this on Xbox Series X is so nice because this actually has a stable 60 frames per second instead of, well, the slideshow that it was on original hardware. Also, this game came out in 2008, but it is still so pretty. Alright, there we go. And yeah, this was the area that I was thinking about. Where you, ooh, dang it. Where you fought the big dude. Not even necessarily fighting, just kind of running from it. Alright. There we go. When the lasers and the bombs play nice with me, it's much easier to do that section. Ah, dang it. I knew going for, the drift momentum was a bit risky during that section. Normally, I just use, well, that's not good. Normally I just use light speed dashes to make sure that I'm going on the correct path during this part. But as you can see, that eats up a lot more time than the more risky strategies. And hey, whoever played Sonic games because they were safe. Insert joke about Sonic toys here. It makes me sad. So sad that I thought that the Y button was the X button. So I really hope you like the beach. Alright. Here we go. Now we've gotten our bearings a bit more. Why did that not actually work? There we go. B, A, Y. Those ones have the button printed on the actual thing itself, so you know that they are always going to be the same thing. And those sort of dash panels have the button that they recommend that you use, but you can press A. Ooh, I forgot those ones are the ones where they start putting two of them. You can press A, X, or B, or, you know, the PlayStation equivalent, square, cross, or circle, whether you want to go up, forward, or down, respectively. There we go. Alright. I once had an S rank run that failed because I failed that series of button prompts, and I got hit by the little fire dude, and I lost half of my rings. I was so upset. I believe I had to turn off the game and try it again the next day. Because that was a really simple section that I shouldn't have lost to. But I managed to. And that was the only time that I had ever lost, or that I had ever failed that button prompt. So I was a touch salty. Because of that. Also, be very careful in this section, especially when you are, excuse me, especially when you are taking out those shield goons. There it is. You can, ooh, that, I dropped a frame right there. You can very much lose, or let me rephrase it. You can very much get flung off the side entirely because the game misinterpreted the sort of oh, what do you call it? The hitbox of the actual shield itself, and it just flings you off, and you fall into the you fall into the pit just past him. So, I have had quite a few runs a few S-rank runs die because of that one specific enemy. Also, I don't know why I switched to the Werehog for this daytime boss. It's not like it matters. Also, this one, I believe, isn't piloted by Eggman, no matter which version you're playing. But it's not like it super matters. Also, you'll notice that this is the first time the boosting instead of homing attacking sort of move. Did I seriously miss all of those rings? Nice. Not only did I miss all of the rings, I then just ran right into a laser. But you'll notice this is the first daytime boss is Sonic. You can't... Hedgehog, not Werehog. That you can't just juggle. Anyway, so these ones... You don't have to get the button prompt right, but when it's XXX, it's really easy to get it right. But if you do get it right, then you can land that triple... Whew, almost fell off the stage there. Then you can get the triple buttons and deal massive damage to the enemy. Like, if you miss it, you're pretty much gonna have to 3-cycle the boss. Come on, there you go. Even if you hit every single opportunity you have to hit this dude, you will only be able to 2-cycle the boss. So, you know, that kind of sucks. But as you can see, these are random every time, but it just keeps giving me XXX. Anyway, that would have been the end of the boss fight had I hit him that one time. But, oh well. Like you said, over already? Oh well. Alright. Yes! Just enough to get the S rank.
Sweet.
And just because I can. Alright, but that was the last of the mainline stages. The rest is just Eggman Land, which is long enough that I want to dedicate its own stream to it.
What's wrong, buddy?
Huh? Oh, right. I'm just scared.
Scared? It's just another old temple. It doesn't look like there's anyone around either.
That's
How can people hate this little dude? He's adorable.
that's not. Never mind.
That little strut that he does when he just entirely intends to fly. I believe there is... Yeah, there is a bit more to this cutscene rather than just... the normal emerald is restored. Because this is where lore happens. Well, see ya. And then he was never seen again.
harbinger of day, of light, of rebirth.
I remember everything.
I remember now.
But coming up next is perhaps one of my favorite cutscenes in this game.
My real name is Light Gaia. I draw power from the day and light and guide the planet to its rebirth. My job was to protect the planet from Dark Gaia. But Eggman broke the world apart himself, and Dark Gaia and I were awakened before we should have been. That's why Dark Gaia broke apart, and I didn't know who I was. I didn't remember what I was supposed to do. All because this isn't the proper time of awakening.
Time of awakening?
Dark Gaia grows over millions of years, then rises to destroy the world. And I put it all back
Then you
together.
humans had to get all high and mighty and break apart the planet yourself.
Since the very beginning of time.
So you were asleep all this time? For millions of years?
Yes, for ages and ages.
I bet it's thanks to you. Even at night when I'm like this, I'm still myself, not like all the other people we've seen. You must have been protecting me this whole time.
I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself.
I'm the reason?
Yeah, you never doubt yourself, no matter what. You never give in to the night or the darkness inside your heart. I think it's because I knew that about you. That's why I wanted you to help me. It's been so fun, getting to see the world. I've lived here since the planet began, but I didn't know a thing about it. That it's so pretty, or that food tastes so good, or that people are so nice. I'm so glad I got the chance to discover all that with you, and I'm so glad that you helped me find my memory. Sonic, I will never, ever forget you. Thank you, Sonic. Goodbye, friend.
Hey!
Whoa, what?
Where do you think you're off to all by yourself?
What? But my memory is back now, and, well, from here on out, it's my responsibility, so, I mean,
God,
there's no
that's
reason
such a
to
good
get
line.
along, so I should just...
Do I need a reason to want to help out a friend?
Thanks, Sonic.
Like, there's just something so earnest about their friendship. Like, oh, it gets me every time. I think that's why I subconsciously was just like, I know what's coming up. I'm going to turn into the werehog. But yeah, I'll finish out the game by talking to, or finish out the stream by talking to Professor Pickle. I won't start to play Eggman Land because that stage is an hour long if you know what you're doing. Of course, without using out-of-bounds shenanigans, which I will not use because I want to show off the stage in all of its hellish glory. Eggman took, like, what, 20 years to actually make it, and he's been talking about it since 1999.
Ah, I've been waiting for you, my boy. The restoration of that piece made the location of the last temple clear. Now then, my friends, Time to ride Tails' tornado to the scene. Just say the word to young Tails there, then you're all set,
Alright. Do I have any souvenirs to give him? I do not. Never mind. Alright, and then, as you can see... Come on, Sonic, Chip. Let's go restore that last piece of the planet. I've got my tornado on standby, ready to go. Ready to head out, Sonic? Not yet. So, we will have to save that for last time, for next time, which will be the finale of Sonic Unleashed. Thank you all for joining me, and have a wonderful night. Peace.